Hello, and welcome back to the One Idjit's Thoughts on podcast. This is Paul Mackey on day 20 of the Dog Days of Podcasting. I don't think I should probably say home stretch yet, but I really want to. Okay, so this is going to reveal how far back I am on listening, but hey, Crazy Joe, I saw the TV Glow at the local art house in the late spring, and I thought it was phenomenal. I definitely need to see it again, and I think I need to get the Blu-ray, which I gather A24 is direct marketing from their website. There are indeed so many layers, and I need to get another look to pick up on some of the other threads better. Justice Smith's affected delivery was initially off-putting but really effective, and Brigitte Lundy-Payne gave off such a sense of desperate intensity. I hadn't watched Atypical regularly, but Darcy did, and I saw many episodes along with the Bill and Ted Face the Music, but this was such a different performance from them. I'd known the subtext layer of the story ahead of time, and the horror part is a bit harder for you and I to access, I'd expect, but it's clearly there in some of those layers. Apologies if my intentionally vague descriptions were a problem for anyone, but it feels like letting the film open up for a fresh viewer is the right thing to do. Alright, as someone once said, and now for something completely different, Gravity Falls. Season 2, Episode 10, Northwest Mansion Mystery. A brief summary. The Northwests are planning a party, but it could be ruined by a spectral, uninvited guest. It's clearly not the first time, but Preston is resolved to have it become the last, and he knows just who can help. Dipper Pines. Dipper, who is about to watch a marathon of paranormal investigation show Ghost Harassers. The show is interrupted by news of the party of the year, and Mabel and her friends are eating up the coverage. They keep oohing and awing about everything the Northwest Party has to offer when Pacifica arrives seeking Dipper's help. He agrees after securing coveted tickets for Mabel, Candy, and Grenda. Pacifica takes Dipper to the room where the manifestations have occurred. Dipper figures a plate-floating ghost is a low-level, Category 1 threat. A painting of a lumberjack comes alive, and the stuffed trophy heads on the walls begin bleeding and chanting. Dipper reassesses to a Category 10 threat. Dipper says the ghost could be trapped in a silver mirror, but when he spots one, Pacifica won't let him enter that room. Later, Dipper finds a silver hand mirror and successfully traps the ghost. Pacifica's parents thank him, and she asks him to stay at the party, but he wants to dispose of the mirror properly. He says to himself, maybe Pacifica isn't that bad. The ghost cackles from the mirror and tells the story of his beef with the Northwest family. The Northwests asked the lumber workers of the area to build their mansion, and in exchange, they would host them all at a grand party in the mansion. But once all the trees were part of the mansion, the Northwests closed their doors and partied while rainstorms and mudslides on the barren hillsides swept the snubbed workers away. This was the reason for the curse that was now being fulfilled by the vengeful spirit. Dipper realizes instead of saving the family from a mysterious spirit, they had used him to dispose of the memories of the family's wrongdoing. The ghost escapes the mirror, and while the family tries to run for the panic room, party guests are being turned to wood. Pacifica reveals the room she wouldn't go in before. It has a visual record of the family's wrongs, and it sickened her. Dipper says she can be different, but then he too is turned to wood. The ghost then turns to burning the mansion, but Pacifica realizes if she invites the town in, it can all be fixed. Preston tries to persuade her into the panic room and rings a bell that normally corrects her behavior, but she opens the gates and the ghost is satisfied. Everyone is turned back from their wood forms. As Dipper begins to relax, McGucket rushes up, saying he's fixed a laptop and an apocalypse is coming. Dipper tells him to relax and enjoy the party and walks away, but we see the screen with the words imminent threat and a countdown of less than 24 hours. We even see the government agents from the Scarioki episode getting ready for whatever is next. My favorite line...
In case you've already forgotten, Pacifica Northwest is the worst. And that's not just jealousy talking. I'd say that to her face.
I need your help.
You're the worst. See?
And who is? Nikki Yang plays Mabel's friend Candy Chu. Nikki is a South Korean animator, director, and voice actor. Nikki was born in Seoul in 1985. She's worked in the art department on many well-known series such as Family Guy, Adventure Time, Bob's Burgers, Fish Hooks, Gravity Falls, and Craig of the Creek. She worked for Clarence for many years, starting out in the art department before becoming supervising director for 65 episodes. Meanwhile, she has contributed her voice to several Adventure Time video games and shorts, as well as 107 episodes of the main show. She has also voiced characters for We Bare Bears and the revival of Animaniacs. So what worked? Of all things, I really appreciated the bell. After watching Gideon and his brass whistle last season, the parallel was disturbing here. Having the Northwest family forced to confront the sins of the past was especially good, even if there's only one of them properly ashamed of them. I also liked the inclusion of arc details at the tail end of the episode to draw viewers into the next episode. You can trust that I will let you know what didn't work for me if any elements hit the wrong note from now on, but I don't think I'm going to continue to say, what didn't work? Nothing, every time. Things to ponder. I was not expecting the laptop to return to functionality. I figured we'd seen the last of it. So clearly, something is about to happen next episode, and check it out. This is really just the middle of the season. So next time, Gravity Falls Season 2, Episode 11, Not What He Seems. Who isn't what he seems? McGucket? Dipper? Stan? Robbie? Waddles? Happy hunting. You've been listening to the One Idjit's Thoughts On podcast, produced by Paul Mackey in association with Nimlas Studios. Any short clips of audio from shows is included under fair use for commentary purposes, and copyright for that content remains with its original copyright holders. The theme song is Too Good by Jack Mangan and is used by his generous permission. One Idjit's Thoughts is produced under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. You can find more episodes of this podcast and many other fine podcasts at nimlas.org. You can contact me by emailing idjitcastpodcast@gmail.com or commenting on episodes at nimlas.org. Alright, so knowing people who like this series, and like the Owl House, Dipper and Pacifica are endgame, right? No, I don't really want to know, but I am right?